after it's all said and done, you're gonna be taking splinters out of your fat asses all night long because you got some fat asses. The only chance you have no chance. If you had a chance, if you could run lickety split, but you can't run because you're the fat asses. Well, Ric Flair, you know what? I'm not a normal looking athlete myself. You know what I'm talking about? I've been in the DMs of line. It's a privilege and an honor to walk out with Ole Anderson, Lex Luger, and the Armpit tomorrow night.
I am not a happy camper. What is Bully Ray's motivation? You know I know he loves sugar. But I check my pocket. I don't have no donuts. I don't have no cheeseburger. I know you love sugar, but I ain't got none.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, pal. I'm the man.
Booking a match for the total package Lex Luger and Super Brawl? Super Saturday? What is it? I don't even know what it's called. What is it called?
Super Brawl Saturday.
Super Brawl Saturday?
You don't lose faith in winners. And Ric Flair, day in and day out, every day of his life, just keeps winning and winning and winning.
Ric Flair! New York City, Ric Flair! You're gonna find out what hard is all about! I do exactly what I want to do. You say I'm insane, I say thank you very much!
Make a good lucha thing.
I hate dogs!
Hit the deck! Yes! We love you, Scott Steiner!
Today, woo, I've got the style and profile like never before. You guys talk about being students of the game. I am the game, JR.
Oh yeah, what is going on, everybody? It is Wednesday night, that's right. That means the time is right for Wrestling Outlet. Hope everybody's having a great time. Hope everybody's already recovered from the 4th of July. I know everybody was out having fun, saw a lot of barbecues going on. Looked like a good time for everybody. I'm glad. I'm kind of adjusting my volume right now because I don't have Smark on just yet. I'm sure he'll be on in a little while. I think maybe he fell asleep with that episode of AEW. I'm not quite sure. But I don't know. Hopefully we'll get Smark over here in just a little while. But right now you guys got me. I am Boxman. Once again, this is a Wrestling Outlet. Like I said, hopefully we'll get Smark over here in just a little while. Like I said, he may have fallen asleep. I'll be honest. I really probably should have not done a show tonight. I've got a lot of packing to do. We are, again, me and the wife and all the kids, we are going out of town. Tomorrow we're leaving. Tomorrow night after work we'll be leaving, so there will be no Hollywood Hangout, and there will also be no Wrestling Outlet next week, next Wednesday. So, I will be on my way back that Wednesday, so but won't be able to do a show. It'll be way too late. I'll probably still be driving. We're gonna try to leave so we don't have to rush back, and maybe take a few stops on the way back. I'm not sure, but should be a good time. Like I said, I hope everybody's still all recovered from July 4th. Man, it was ridiculous here. We don't live in a city like we don't have city ordinance. Like we're not really in the city, so you know we hear guns all the time out in my little area here. And my God, they were out here doing fireworks. Not on the 4th, July 3rd, Sunday night until, I swear to God, it was until 1:30 in the morning, driving me absolutely batshit crazy. Not that I cared, but I've got a 2-year-old, and what they would do is they would do some fireworks, then they would stop, and I'd get her all calmed down and quiet, and then they would start up again like 20 minutes later. So she would just get calmed down. She would just start falling asleep. And then these big booms would go off. And the poor kid would wake up and go, they're popping. They're popping. I felt horrible for my little girl. She just kept waking up, going back to sleep, waking up, going back to sleep. I don't think it was a fun night for her at all. But did have money in the bank. I saw a little bit of that. I got to be honest, I didn't really have a lot of time to do a lot of stuff this weekend. We were kind of just trying to get a lot of things tied up over the weekend, do some work around the house before we got to be gone for a little while. But anyway, here's what I'll do. I will go ahead and knock out plugs right now. That way we can hopefully get Smark on. He had a few things he wanted to talk about, so hopefully we can get him on. I kind of want to wait and talk about Money in the Bank until he comes on. So worst comes to worst, we'll wait a little bit and see if he comes on. If not, I'll knock out what I got, and we can just see where we go from there. Sounds like a plan to me, right? All right, so let's go ahead and do this real quick. I'll knock out plugs real fast. Give me 1 second to get them. They are right here. And that means that's right. I want everybody, that's right, listening to the High Marks. That's right, Cheeseman, Mojo, and the G-Wiz. Sunday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Mixler.com/Metal Mitt Podcast Network. That's where you should be listening. That's where you should be checking them out. And you can also go to YouTube to check them out. Also, subscribe to Bobby Anthem and Bobby Blades. They're the Inhumans on the Inhuman Experience. Check them out on Apple, Google, all the usual podcast platforms. And Everything Unscripted, a wrestling podcast. That's right, the EUP network over there on Blog Talk Radio. They can be found on all the usual podcast platforms. Also, it's Eric, it's Doug, it's Daniel, and the other cast of characters having a great time over there. And like I said, there will be no Hollywood Hangout this Saturday. I did do one last Saturday night, or just Saturday before. Actually did review Trespass from 1992. I was so excited, I even decided to go on early and go ahead and do that. So there you go, Hollywood Hangout. Don't ever forget, you can check that out on all the usual podcast platforms also. And there you go for that right there. Once again, just, all right. Like I said, I want to try to wait until we get Smark over here to do some of the Money in the Bank stuff. Oh, he just popped on to Skype. So let me kill another minute here just bullshitting. I can tell y'all one thing that happened. Like I said, we were getting stuff done around the house. So I turn on the vacuum. Suddenly I hear my middle child start screaming. What the hell? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, he didn't say what the hell. There is Smart. Give me 1 second, everybody. All right. I think we got him. Do we got him?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we do have him. He is here. It is the man, the myth, the legend. Let it rip, sir.
The one and only, it is I, this is Mark Wahlberg. How are you today, sir?
I'm all right, man. I was just telling everyone some stories of my neighbors on July 4th. How was your July 4th, sir?
Yeah, well, it was pretty good. Watching fireworks, had some barbecue. It was a good time. Sorry for the delay there. I had some serious matters to attend to.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh, I see you had to find your hat.
Mm.
That is a serious matter.
Needed that.
I didn't realize you had to find your July 4th top hat to wear.
We gotta do a top hat. Top hat is necessary. Something about a sort of overweight man in a red, white, blue top hat seems a little familiar, but we're gonna keep it moving just to say.
Big man in a little hat. Something like that.
That's right.
There you
Oh
go.
man.
I got it. I got it. Shit. Now, as you can see, Smark, I am doing this in the dark. If you notice here,
Yeah.
my
You're a rainbow in the dark over there.
yeah, I was starting to vacuum the other day, and next thing you know, my kid tells me all the lights are out. Nothing. My fan won't work. My just my fan and my light to the fan won't work. Everything else in my room works. The computer works, obviously. The bathroom light works. My closet light's working behind me. I don't know how, but I somehow blew out the fucking light. I don't know how I did it. With a vacuum.
See.
That teaches me no
My
more
grandfather's an
no more
electrician,
vacuuming.
but I don't know anything about it, so I can't really help you.
I just say I shouldn't vacuum anymore.
Mm-hmm.
See, you agree with me on that. I'm down with that. No more vacuuming from me. That's definitely what I'm going to go with. That's it. No more vacuuming. I'm with that. But anyway, man, I was hoping you were going to stop in because we do have money in the bank stuff to get into, and you probably watched a little more than I did. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. From start to finish, no further questions.
Ah, okay. I see where this is going.
I know what happened. I'll say that much.
Do what?
I mean, I know what happened. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I do too. Obviously, there was a ton online. But we don't bother Box while he's cleaning his room. I can't even clean. I can't fucking see anything in this goddamn room. I hate it. I don't like doing shit in the dark. I like lights, brightness. Even in the daytime, I have lights on in the fucking house. Drives my wife batshit crazy, to be honest with you. It really does.
Kind of does me too, to be honest. I was raised so the idea of unnecessary lights and electronics running at times when not needed is a little bit unnerving.
Oh, all right. So I don't like dark. I don't like to be in the dark. And my friend always thought it was weird. He's like, dude, you're a stoner. You should love the darkness. I'm like, I don't like the fucking dark, dude. I like brightness when I'm doing stuff. When it's dark, I go to sleep.
I didn't know that was a rule that stoners should abide by, that just automatically you're a fan of the darkness.
I didn't either. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a stoner. It makes me a fucking vampire? What the where did this come from? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I had no clue where it came from. But I guess we can get into a little bit of the money in the bank stuff, Smart. Just kind of knock that out, get that out of the way. I mean, like I said, I pretty much just know some of the simple stuff to know, like Liv Morgan, new champion. I saw that. I saw the cash in. I saw the win in the Money in the Bank. I saw the cash in. I saw Austin Theory get added to the men's Money in the Bank match for absolutely no apparent reason. And I saw him win. It's WWE's fucking nuts, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's your answer?
What else was there? There was a creepy vignette. The mysterious mystery man is supposed to be coming. It's either Edge or Bray Wyatt. Or I don't really care either way, if I'm being honest. But
It's looking more and more like it's going to be Edge. Just by everything in there says it was Edge. Just he's had feuds with all of them, and it's Edge. Just Edge coming back
there
after.
you go. Usos won.
I did see some of that match because I heard it was really a good match, and I watched the highlights of that match. It was really a good match. What I saw was a great match. So
Yeah, and it seems like people are pushing for a singles push for Montez. That would be something that would be good for them. They desperately need new
Yeah, some reason you're breaking up a little bit. I wonder if it's the way I got these speakers set up. I'm going to change that in a minute. But yeah, we've briefly mentioned the Montez Ford being a single star and our worry for Dawkins, which everyone says, "Oh, don't worry, no big deal. He'll be fine." And I'm not saying the guy's got no charisma. I'm not saying the guy's not good, but I do worry about him still a little bit if that is the case. Now, no one's really ever mentioned it. It's almost like they're forcing you to put it in your head that don't forget that's the formula. It could happen soon because it is their formula, and we know that.
Right. Well, I mean, it always does.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's almost like they're just
That they love splitting people up.
they do, and it's almost like I said. It's almost like this is their they're like, hey, don't forget this is what we do. So keep an eye open. Could happen anytime. I don't know. It's the way it seems to me. So, you there? Why are you? I'm not sure if you're breaking up or if you're.
I am there. Yes.
You are breaking up. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try
I
it.
think connection problem.
Well, I'm gonna put the headphones back on. If you give me 1 second here, Smart, go ahead. I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute if you got something to rattle on about, just for just a sec, if they can hear you.
Not a little bit of connection. Sure. Yeah, I don't know if they can hear me. That's that.
Yes, right now, yeah.
I can. That's what I'm here for. Ward's gonna be fine if he's a singles. If they give him the single to Dawkins, he doesn't seem like he's really all that character. So don't know about that, but I mean, Ford long overdue. Like he's super talented. He can fucking leap about 80 feet into the air. He's got charisma. He's got it behind him. It seems it's just a matter of time before he gets the opportunity to strut his stuff in the singles division. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, they do love splitting people up. They do it all the time. Just every year. It seemed like it was every week when we were watching Raw. They would just have somebody. They would like put people together just so that they could split them up.
Exactly.
But
yeah, it's just
that's what they do.
it is, and that's it. That's exactly. It's just what they do, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's their formula, and like I said, it's like they're just sticking it in your face. Hey, by the way, don't forget, we love breaking people up. Don't forget about us. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I do think Dawkins would be okay. I mean, it's not. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he'd be the Jannetty, if you know what I mean. But I definitely think Montez Ford would definitely be the breakout star of that bunch. Either way, I think that's been pretty obvious since the beginning.
For sure.
Yeah, most definitely. So, all right, got the headphones plugged back in. Everything's a little louder now on my end. So I'm just going to do a little adjusting on everyone else's end to make sure everybody's not blowing their fucking ears out here. So, all right, we should be good now, Smart. We should be all good now. So,
all right, adjusted ends left and right. This is the real party here.
yeah, absolutely, man. It's got to be done, man. Turning my mic down, turning down my gain a little bit, getting everything set. Believe it or not, it was just the way I had it set up was just a little bit different. But I was trying to not use headphones. Fucking getting sick of using the fucking headphones. Honestly. We'll keep working on it. I'll figure it out eventually. Like I said, this new chair I have has speakers in it. So I just need to figure out how to get it working correctly. I'll figure it out eventually. I'm not worried about it. I can't really do much when I can't fucking see anything, goddammit. So whatever. Whatever. But all right, what else happened on Money in the Bank that you wanted to talk about, Smart? What happened? What? Anything?
I don't know if there was all that much. I looked about the men's match, I looked about the women's match. There was a tag team match. That was like the only sort of title matches.
So not that much, huh? I think there was only about 6 matches on the card, if I'm
No,
not
it really
mistaken.
wasn't too much going on.
Yeah, I think there was only about 6 matches. So like I said, what I saw looked pretty good. Obviously, the big talk was Liv Morgan winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. Pretty big moment for her. The love she got online was amazing. And right after we talk about this, we'll go from love online to the opposite. But yeah, Liv Morgan, everybody was definitely proud of her and saying, congratulations, you worked so hard, you deserve that. I can't say I disagree. Like I said, I mean, we may not talk about it, but you can. It's been hard to get away from them focusing on Liv Morgan lately and what she's been doing. And from what I've seen, it's all been good and looks like it's all paying off for her. So, she went out there, and even Rhonda gave her a nice hug. The good sportsman she is, because when Rhonda loses, it's not like she's known for crying like a little baby. Oh wait, she is known for crying like a little baby.
Allegedly.
What? Allegedly? No.
Allegedly, it was her idea too.
Well, probably to go against the usual thought of her being a whiny little baby when she loses. I mean, this is in UFC. When she used to lose, she would cry. I mean, that fight after she lost to Holly Holm, she was basically crying. I mean, I know she got kicked in the face, but she'd be used to that by now, right?
Well, yeah, that was part of the problem, was that she was.
Oh, you are breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's me or you, but we'll see. Maybe we can figure that out. I don't know. I'll see. Well, there's really nothing I can do, actually. But all right, he went on mute real quick. So there was that. Now, I know another thing he wanted to also get into, and I'll kind of just start it up a little bit, was the Shotzi Blackheart thing. Now, I always kind of watch out for, things that are happening, good, bad, the other. And I did notice that in the match, Shotzi, in the women's Money in the Bank match, Shotzi was a little off. Now, there was also a point where Shotzi took a bad hit to the back of the head when she fell on the ladder. So that could have explained a little bit of it, but boy, like I just said, we went from all the love for Liv Morgan online to pretty much like disdain for Shotzi Blackheart. People calling for her to be fired. Oh my God. But people calling for her to be fired. People calling for, you shouldn't have any more matches, blah, blah, blah. She, as of now, she has deactivated her Twitter account. And she did put out a statement following that. Let me see if Smark's back here yet. Not just, yes, he is, I think. Yeah, no, he's on hold. What the hell? How did that happen? Smark's doing crazy things on Skype that I didn't even know you could do. We actually tried Discord last week, and that did not work out well. We'll try it again. I think I had a setting not right, and we didn't have time to fuck with it. So when I get back from this little vacay, we'll go ahead and get all that stuff working. Got a few upgrades in mind for the show anyway. So, but yeah, poor Shotzi though just got all this hate online. Smark, he's there. I see him. Yep, I hear him. That looks like the same thing. But what about? I know you had wanted to mention all the hate for Shotzi after that women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah, it was interesting. Basically, what ended up happening was she put out a statement that said there were 3 things I care about at the end of the match: is everyone safe, did everyone have fun, did the crowd react? Nobody got hurt. We all had a blast. The Vegas crowd was hot, hot, hot. I feel it's such a weird thing to say. I felt on top of the world after that match. I was so excited to finally have my first hardcore match in over a year. I wouldn't have done anything I didn't practice or thought I couldn't do safely, but I'm not a wrestle robot. I've seen those. They're pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I'm human, and slips happen, especially. in a chaotic, unpredictable, that's in all caps, by the way, ladder match. I could take a joke and laugh at myself. One of the first things I said was, I can't wait to see that spot on Botchamania. But comments like, you should be fired, and other terrible things admittedly hit hard. I had a few friends who wiped the tears off my face and slapped some sense into me and remind me who the F I am. Well, spicy. That being able to suck my big giant hair mangoes. Alexa Bliss and Natalia both responded to Shotzi's comments. I'm going to skip Natalia's because it's unimportant. Alexa says, this is why I don't like Twitter most of the time. People are always to match everything. That's how she wrote it. That's how I read it. If people only knew what all goes, everyone is safe and we all had fun. So there you go. She had some haters, but that's the thing. That's she on her Twitter all the time. Like, shit goes wrong, bad spots and botches and whatnot. And she was like, I think if I remember what we were talking about that happened out the cage last year, of like laughing at how stupid it looked, and like, you know, if you do that, that's fine, whatever. But when you fuck shit up and then people make fun of you, and then you're just like, well, that's cruel. You made me cry, but I am a warrior and I'm going to keep soldiering on. And you can suck my ass, haters. It's like, all right, whatever.
Well, she said hairy mangoes. I mean, I'm not quite sure where she was going with that, but she was obviously channeling Buster Poindexter with the hot, hot, hot. 80s reference.
What? Well, then, yeah, I mean, I had to stop because the song got into my head. That's why I took the long pause, because I was like, is that what that's where we're going?
We're feeling hot, hot, hot. Oh God! I actually over the weekend I watched Free Jack with him, Mick Jagger, Emilio Estevez, Rene Russo. Good movie. Good movie. Buster Poindexter dies. Sorry, didn't mean to spoil it, folks. I like Buster Poindexter.
Well, remove it from my watch.
Yeah, you can do that. No, it's actually a good movie. Go ahead and check it out. Where did I watch? Or Tubi. It was on Tubi. Free Jack. Didn't do very well in the theaters.
And of course, Weeb says she took a headshot seat, which made me laugh out loud because it was a bad pun, but it hit at the right time.
She did take a bad headshot seat. You know, I kind of feel bad for her, dude. We talk about it all the time. I'm not going to sit here and drove on about it, but you know, the toxicity of social media and all the bullshit, and you know, you got to kind of feel bad for these girls and even the guys. When I mean, Jesus Christ, you got to even feel bad for fucking Adam Cole. The guy just doesn't have a fucking amazing body, and you know, like I said, people that look like fucking Jabba the Hutt are going, this guy really needs to hit the gym. No, you need to hit the fucking gym. Jesus, put the foot fucking down.
Part 2 of this is that she ended up deactivating her Twitter account.
Yeah.
See, I appreciate it because in response to that, she wrote, I appreciate everyone checking in on me, but I swear I'm fine. I've been going through the toughest year of my personal life, so it's deeper than nasty comments, but also Twitter has not helped with my already fragile mind state. Just trying to stay motivated and positive. I am focused on my goals and not what's on the internet. Well, there you go. But yeah, I don't feel so bad for Adam Cole because Adam Cole just doesn't give a fuck. It's like, oh, you're upset with me because I'm not 4 inches taller. I'm going to go back to my fucking 6-figure income and my fucking dentist wife, and I will go ahead and cry over what a Twitter user thinks of me.
Yeah, exactly, man. He doesn't seem to care, but I think it was his birthday day before yesterday, and basically, I like what Britt Baker said. If you have a problem with him, it shows more about you. I mean, seriously, she's not wrong. You know, it's like the people I'm sitting there watching shit on -1 tonight. You know what? If you're really upset that they bring this fucking kid out every now and then, and he comes out and everyone's proud of him and everyone's cheering for him, you know what? You may need to fucking see a psychiatrist. I'm sorry. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fucking awesome what they did for him tonight. And I don't know if you noticed, but I mean, Hangman Adam Page just looks at that kid with such pride and such just like he just it looks like he is so happy to see him out there. I don't know if you saw that tonight, but I sure as fuck did. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
yeah, and then you go online, they're like, "Oh, this fucking -1 kid again. We get it. Your father passed away." It's like, are you fucking serious?
I mean, to be fair, he is only 10 years old. He's already cutting promos at a Ricochet level. So he's got nothing but up to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have no problem with him. I actually I think I might have understood what he said more than Ricochet at times.
Well, he certainly had more passion. He seemed like he was awake and alive and alert.
I don't I think it's fine. I think it's great. I think it keeps kind of the memory of his father alive, and I don't see a problem with it. But I literally, you ever ask yourself, why did I go on Facebook? I did. What the fuck did I go on here at this time for? I knew people were going to be shitting on that. I don't get it.
Of course.
I don't get it. I don't get how you can shit on it. It's just, we are literally going to get to, as long as this show is on, we're going to get to watch this kid grow up before our eyes. And I don't think there's a problem with that. We're going to see it. Well, as long as his mom still lets him go on TV.
Well, that is a funny thing, is that, like, he said in the promo that in, like, 9 years he's going to get the pin on QT Marshall. And I was like, there's no way that QT Marshall is going to be in that company in 9 years.
You know, you got to point.
Like, I believe he will.
QT will be doing hot dog eating competitions on July 4th. By the way, did you see old hot dog competition Chester grab that guy that was protesting as he was garbling down dogs?
Maurice Chestnut, yes.
Did you see that move?
I saw the picture of him, like, in a cast or whatever, but I didn't actually see the move. But just the phrase "old hot dog competition eating Chester" made me laugh.
He's sitting there. He's eating the fucking hot dogs. This guy dressed in all fucking black stands up. He's got his little fucking, sign in front of him. I have no clue what you would be protesting at a hot dog eating contest. I don't know, bologna? I have no fucking clue. It's Nathan's hot dogs. They're all beef. There's nothing wrong with this. And old Chester just grabs the guy by the fucking neck, spins him around as he's shoving a hot dog in his mouth, never missed a beat, goes back to eating hot dogs, wins the fucking contest. That, my friends, is a fucking man for you. That's a man. Did you win? Hey, did you win the contest? Yeah, kick someone's ass too. Oh, well.
I think his name's Joe. Yeah, his name's Joey Chestnut.
There it is.
Maurice Chestnut is in Boys in the Hood. That's an entirely different. He's an actor.
Which is that? Ricky?
Maybe. Let me see.
I don't think so. No. It's not. No. But yeah, that was pretty good shit right there. Like I said, that's fucking man shit right there. You win a hot dog eating contest while kicking someone's ass and don't even miss a fucking beat. Ah, fuck, man.
I know you called it, Vicky Baker.
I mean, we're all a bunch of pussies, is all I'm saying. You know? What did you do? Drank and fucking set off some fireworks? Fucking, you're no fucking patriot.
I'm sorry. Did the best I could.
If you're not shoving hot dogs down your throat as fast as you can, dipped in water and kicking dudes' asses, what the fuck kind of patriot do you think you are, my friend?
That's true.
I mean, fireworks at a barbecue. Oh, jeez. Did you get your period this weekend?
Yes, but I believe Toby Keith is hard at work writing a story about this guy, writing a song about this guy's life. So,
oh fuck. Anyway, Vince is probably already having this guy on as a guest host for Raw.
I'd watch that.
I would think about it. At least I would think about watching it.
I mean, it depends on who he's like going to be competing, because they would have him compete in a hot dog eating contest with the wrestlers. So like, if you could give me maybe like Alexa or Oscar or Bailey in a hot dog eating contest, I'll watch.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to get like Otis.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to use my imagination a lot harder in this scenario, but
Wow. I think we're going in a different direction here than we should be with this.
mhm.
I think we should just go back to saying poor Shotzi and move on.
Actually, I think that was part of like Raw, as I didn't watch Raw, but I saw a tweet that I guess like Otis ate a bunch of hot dogs before his match, and now his tummy was hurt, and like, what is he going to do before his big title match? And I'm like, wow, this is why I stopped watching this shit.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure what I can't remember. Was that from Stand By Me? That basically they did the scene from Stand By Me, where he pukes the hot dogs after but it was a pie eating contest in Stand By Me. I think that was a scene in that movie. I'm blanking on what movie that scene was in, but I know it was one of those coming of age movies. I think it was Stand By Me. I'm pretty sure it was. Maybe it was the Goonies. Was it the Goonies? I can't remember. I can't remember. But there was a scene where a large kid was doing a pie eating contest, and he had purposely drank castor oil to throw up all over everybody. But when I saw it, that's what it reminded me of. The scene from that movie, whichever movie it may be. Why I can't think of a scene from a movie or what movie it is, it's pretty scary. There you go. Oh, talking about when Chris Lee was on Raw.
He's a natural born heel, that guy.
Yeah, well, it's all coming out lately. Literally coming out on him. Fraud, all kinds of stuff with him. The wife had the money. He's a con artist.
No way.
Maybe fucking him and Conrad could do a show together. Okay, it was Stand By Me. Thank you, Weebs, for making sure I was correct. It was Stand By Me. It was Lardass. That was his name. Thank you, Weebs, again. Okay, I had the movie right. I did it. Yay, me. Yippee. That's what I thought it was. So that's a good thing there. I like that. Oh, man. But yeah, that's kind of what they did. And unfortunately, that's what you would get again. You would be Otis in a eating contest. Who knows? Or maybe they'd bring Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Candice Michelle back.
One can only hope.
They had a good hot dog segment.
That was the worst fucking theme song I've ever heard in my life.
Candice Michelle's?
They did specifically the fucking techno remix. I'm gonna show you how to move your body. Oh my god, I fucking hate that song.
Yeah, let's not play it then.
Like, it's even worse than the fucking rebound. That shit was annoying.
Oh, that was bad. And so was AJ Lee's old song, Light It Up. It sounded like they were singing Slide It Up. It's like, I mean, I'd rather slide it up her, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I guess.
It could have been one of those situations where it's like, how the alternating words that sound the same, like that, how they did on Smells Like Teen Spirit, where it's just like, every once in a while it actually was Slide It Up, but then they just they called it Light It Up so that nobody was none the wiser.
You never know. Remember, I once did a Patreon episode on misheard song lyrics.
Oh, I'm the worst with those.
There's some bad ones out there. We'll have to redo that one night, me and you. I could play a few for you. Because it's not online anymore. I have it, but it's not online. So we could do that one night. That'd be fun. I know a few of those. What's that Steve Miller Band song? Big Old Jet Airliner. Everyone thinks it's like Big Old Jet Had a Light On.
Right.
No, it's not. It's the name of the song. Big Old Jet Airliner. That's the name of the song.
Weebs who joins us in this stroll down memory lane. He says, "Remember when they put Candace with Crime Time and she turned her hat sideways to signal her hip hop side?"
Well, I mean, it was either that or she was going to have to walk down with a 9mm sideways, right? I mean, what else can you do? Was she going to let her thong sag?
That'd be interesting.
No, it means it doesn't fit, Smart. It doesn't fit.
Well, that could be one of the problems as to why your thong would be sagging. That'd be the best case scenario.
That would be the best case scenario out of the other alternative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do agree with that. Just turning around watching poker every now and then here. They had they had Guy Libertad on there. You know who that is? Guy.
Absolutely not.
Guy owns Cirque du Soleil. Think he has a little bit of money?
I mean, it depends because it depends on what he's spending money on.
That motherfucker. He owns all the Cirque du Soleil. Like, he's the owner of the actual conglomerate, which means he owns all that shit in Vegas and France and everywhere else they're at. But he busted.
So I was thinking, what if I made the circus, but, more gay?
Actually, if you've never been to one of those, they're pretty fucking badass. They're fucking... That's some fucking... I mean, that's where Reggie came from.
Yeah, I remember that. I haven't ever been to one of those. My parents went to one time, and they had a good time, so yeah.
I mean, it's basically just a giant acrobatic act, but they're really, really crazy, and they're very good. I have been to one before, but they're fucking unbelievable to see. But yeah, he was on here. He busted out. Let me see. Oh, I know who wins this one. I've seen these a few times, and then my wife got mad at me because I restarted it. Might be.
I was gonna say, I just picture you being in a room with how the video game streamers have two computer sets. You have just two different televisions. One's tuned to poker, one's tuned to NYPD Blue. It's just an endless loop.
Well, I can just turn on put Hulu on this and Zumo on that. Zumo Hulu. Yeah, I can Hulu on the computer. I can Zumo on there, or I can Hulu on there and Zumo on the computer.
And
yeah.
Please remember to Zumo responsibly.
There you go. Also, I have both on my phone. So there you go with that too. Hello, Christopher Kane. Thanks for stopping by, my man. But yeah, plenty of ways, man. Plenty of ways. But all right. What else are we gonna get to here, Smark? Let's see. I do not have a ton to get to. You know what, let's go. I guess since we're on a few of the WWE things, I guess we can go into a couple of those real quick. Let's Big E did provide a small update on his neck injury. It's probably not the news that we all wanted to hear. I'm sure we all wanted to hear everything was just wonderful, hunky-dory. He'll be back anytime soon. Not exactly. It's not bad news, but it's not the best news that I think we could get. He said, update, my C1 isn't ossifying, and he puts in parentheses, forming bone quite yet. The current plan is to get more scans at the year 1 mark and see how it's progressing. The great news is I feel tremendous and surgery is off the table. So that's a good thing about the surgery, but to anyone that was expecting him back early, ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're going to have to reassess this after a year. If everything's going good, I would assume that's when they're going to start rehab, which could take probably another 6 months. We could be another year, maybe even 2 at most without Big E on wrestling. I'm not saying they won't put him back on television because, let's face it, Big E is money even without being in the ring.
Right.
So he could do something once he's at least cleared to go out and maybe do some light duty stuff. But the good thing is, once again, surgery is off the table at this point, so they're not going to be doing, he doesn't see them changing their mind a year down the road and going, yeah, let's do the surgery. That's a good thing. So, but like I said, if you were looking to see him back early, ain't going to happen. Now, he didn't mention the C6. He had also, he broke the C1 and C6. But he didn't mention if the C6, maybe the C6 is healing fine. He just wanted to tell us about the only one that was not working. I have no, good for him. And I'll tell you what, for someone who's got the injuries he does, and I've never seen anyone, when he makes videos, he's the happiest guy you've ever seen in the world.
Well, I mean, part of that's probably like, the painkillers and morphine that they were giving him.
Well, that helps.
Oh, for sure.
It'll loosen you up a bit,
I still say, since they need him to do stuff for him, or they need him to do stuff for them, and he can't wrestle at the moment, it's the perfect opportunity to make my dream come true and just go ahead and have him cover Pile Driver by Coco Beware.
That would be good. I think he should just do that whole album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind if they completely redid that whole album, even if it was just Big E doing all of the songs.
Yes.
I would still be all right with that.
Absolutely. Big E and Ricochet. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And John Cena.
Well, yes, Ricochet would be perfect for girls in cars.
Ricochet could do the Jared Lawler rap as he's finger blasting his Uranus. I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch that one. I may have looked at Seth Rollins' dick, but I didn't see that video.
If I'm being entirely honest, I think somebody sent it to me, and then I didn't know what it was, and I clicked it, and it was too late.
You couldn't take your eyes off it.
Well, I mean, you have to, as a journalist, you have to watch these.
I tried the journalist thing. Everyone just didn't believe me. But
well, I did have a pen and paper while I was, watching the video. I had a little hat.
What? A sock?
A little press hat.
Oh, press hat.
This is a legitimate question.
Conrad
for you and for everyone else in the chat to ponder.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Dave Meltzer felt obligated to watch that video?
Yes. Yes, I do. And by the way, if you're going to be sitting there with a press hat on, you probably have Conrad asking you for $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can't watch that unless you pay to be in a podcast row.
Fucking 15 years down the line, Conrad's doing a podcast with Ricochet. So you were shoving your fingers into your ass.
Now, was that innuendo? Oh, wait, that was in your end. Oh! Guess that's not innuendo. Oh.
Okay, so...
Oh, God.
Well, no, before I came on here with Yuck Nasty was on earlier tonight, and I tuned in just in time to hear him do what I could only imagine was a freestyle rap about shoving things into his ass. And I was like, well, that's a unique way to go. And then, lo and behold, about an hour later, here I am with you talking about people shoving things in their ass. So that's just that's the theme of the night, I guess.
Well, it's Wednesday.
So you know what that means.
Yeah, it means we're eventually going to get to a Tammy Sytch story. Like I said, it's Wednesday. Seems like fucking every week we get to one. But there we go on that. So that's just awful. Poor Ricochet. Well, it was his finger. It was his. Anyway. So speaking of WWE and talent, it looks like, according to Mike Johnson, a PW insider.
Nope, you missed the perfect segue. unfortunately. It's like, well, speaking of people shoving things in their ass, Paige put out today.
Well, I could have gone there. You're right. I could have gone to Paige. I was trying not to be too, you know, let's just skip the vulgar and go right to Mike and his little Johnson of PW
There you
Insider. According to him, he reported that right before Money in the Bank, WWE held a little talent meeting. It said Stephanie McMahon and Paul Levesque, old Stephanie and Triple H, they spoke and described. They described to Johnson, we're talking about Mr. Mike again, as a rah-rah speech and refer to everyone as family working together. This is like, like when you're at your little job and they're like, all right, you're a family. We're all a family here. And if anyone has any problems, come tell me. And then you do. And they're like, oh, fuck you. You're fired.
Yep. I made that mistake because I was one of the jobs I worked at. They had HR was conducting interviews about the current manager because, little unbeknownst to me, they were trying to fire the current manager, and I was told that my answers would be confidential, and my answers were not confidential. And I knew that I had done fucked up when I saw the person that was interviewing with me going out to dinner and drinks with the person who then became manager about 2 weeks later. I was like, well, I'm getting fired. And sure enough, I got fired.
Well, yeah. Pretty much you're supposed to keep that quiet. Levesque reportedly added that he was back working full-time with the company, similar to what we had talked about at the Performance Center when he said he's back. And obviously we know he was out for a while due to his little heart event, which they still haven't told us what it is, which I don't really care. I'm just glad the guy's okay, to be honest with you. And then obviously we did see Triple H, Stephanie, Vince, and Pat McAfee all sitting ringside at the UFC event, which was right after Money in the Bank. So they must have just walked right across the old Skyway right over to the UFC event. That's pretty cool, though. Now, just to add to that, we did see Triple H last week as they were signing Logan Paul to a multi-year contract, Mark.
Yes.
Logan Paul. YouTuber. Influencer. Boxer. Not wrestler. Although he didn't do bad. What do you... I gotta tell you, I'm not shocked they did this. The guy has a ton of a great following. WWE loves people with a good following. But I do, with some of the publicity he's received in the past, I am a little shocked that they took him on. I understand him bringing him in now and then, but to actually sign this guy, I got a feeling he's going to do something stupid, or I see something happening that's not going to go well with this.
I actually don't think it's such a bad idea. Like, I don't give a flying fuck about him, but they are trying to bring in a younger audience, and that's one way to go about it. Because, I mean, anything involving those brothers in general, the Paul brothers, ends up becoming a circus show, but it's a circus show that is well attended.
Absolutely, it is. And like I said, we saw him on that last one at WrestleMania. He did not do bad. We were impressed with him, actually. But like I said, to sign the guy is a little bit odd to me. But again, it's nothing surprising with WWE. They will pretty much jump on any coattails they can ride, just to make themselves seem more in tune with the younger generation, not realizing Logan Paul was more popular 5 years ago. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Again,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that they kind of have to get them while they cool down a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, at that time he was, going to Japan or wherever he was and going through suicide forests, showing bodies.
Yeah,
That was him, right?
I am pretty sure it was either him or his brother. Either way,
I
it
think it
is
was
a
him.
family tradition.
I'm pretty sure that was him that did that. Pretty sure that
I'm pretty
was.
sure it was too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him that did that one. So, I mean, pretty shitty, but again, stuff like that. Well, yes, it was. Thank you, Christopher Kane. I think that's what he's saying yes to. Like I said, WWE will just jump on any fucking coattails they can ride. Whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Is what it is. All right. So, I don't know. You got any more on Logan Paul?
Not really. All these like YouTubers just like make me feel old because I don't understand why any of these motherfuckers are popular. Because I'll look online and I'll just see shit where it's like I bought $600,000 worth of nachos and it's got like 80 billion views. And I'm like, why?
Yeah. Oh, I bought a $200,000 mystery box, and all it had in it was a piece of paper. And it's like, well, first of all, where'd you get the money? Why are you spending it on this? You could have literally given that to the fucking, you could have given that to the homeless. No one says that in their videos. That's so funny. No. No.
Well, I saw one that was an honest to God video. It was like insulting waiters and then giving them $1,000 tip. And it's like, you could have just given them the $1,000 tip. Like their reaction was going to be the same anyway. Like you didn't need to add the extra degradation to it.
Yeah. Please.
We're like, I get to be shitty to people and then I give them money. It's like, yeah, that's wonderful.
Or even worse are the ones that do like the prank videos, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's a prank! Don't kick my ass, motherfucker!" Didn't that one dude get shot? Jahal? Didn't he get shot doing one of those pranks?
Yeah, that was on the news not too long ago. But
Yeah,
those were funny in the sense that they weren't funny, but it was just like using like thinly veiled like racism as pranks. Like I make fun of pissing off black guys, epic prank, and it's like, no, you're just gonna get fucking stomped out.
yeah. Or walking through the hood staring down gangsters. Well, what you're gonna get shot, dude. And if you do, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna feel bad for you. And by the way, if you pull one of those little pranks on me where you're like, come out as like fucking, Pennywise or some shit, you're probably gonna take a bullet. I don't
Okay.
I don't react well to
Hold on.
those.
That seems more premeditated. I was right there with you if you were going to be like, I would have probably hit you. Because, yes, like reflex, knee jerk reaction, you see something pop out at you, you swing at it. If something jumps out at you and then you just like grab, like for the holster, pull it out and then aim it and then fire. Like you've had time to process the initial shock.
Oh no. No, 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 no. You jump out at me as some sort of fucking creature. I am not thinking. I am pulling. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you come at me regular with the fist, I'm fine. Weave's got it. I don't clown around this motherfucker. That's fine.
You
oh,
said
no.
Pennywise and he said Bog doesn't clown around. Damn it, Weave.
Nah, you come at me as Pennywise or that fucking you come out of a TV like the girl from The Ring, you're gonna get a bullet. 40 caliber slug right at you. I'm not fucking around. Don't fucking prank me. Okay. I'm the wrong guy.
Haunted house this week in Texas when a man.
See, that's a problem around here. There's been 2 instances around here where people have snuck into haunted houses and really started killing people. And both instances, concealed weapon carrier took out the guy.
One day I'm going to see you on the news.
I hope not, because I never want to.
For fucking just shooting these. Like, no, I was eradicating this demonic presence in my neighborhood. It's like, sir, you shot it, man.
Well, there's a good reason for that. No, I like I've said before, I really hope I never have to, but things like that scare the shit out of me. Haunted houses, I don't go to them because I don't react well to them. I don't like being touched. I don't like being like those haunted houses, like where they grab you and shit and jump on you, like on the little train car. I elbow. Don't fucking grab me. Don't do that. I don't like it.
Usually, you're not supposed to. You're not allowed to technically touch. Sometimes they do, I know, but unless it's one of those like extreme case places, like the fucking McCamey Manor or whatever, you're not supposed to touch people.
Don't put your fucking hands on me. I had one I had one dude in Florida put his hand on my girlfriend at the time. Fucking smacked the shit out of him. Yeah, you're real Leatherface, bitch. Get the fuck away from me. But I just don't like being touched or. I mean, if I'm already scared, don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me. So I just don't go to haunted houses. I just don't go to places where I don't react well to things like that. My wife took me once and she's like, "You look like you were going to hit everyone." I'm like, "I wanted to. Do not bring me there again. Ever." Don't like being scared. My reaction to being scared is punch. I
did that to my mom once on accident, and it was I felt bad about it. I was like 11 or 12 or so I wasn't like full grown man, but it was like right when screamer videos were becoming a thing, and I didn't know what they were yet. And she was like, "Oh, check this out. Like, look at this puzzle. You're supposed to look at the screen for like 2 minutes, and then you look up and you see what you saw on the screen." So I got my face all pressed up to the screen trying to like look at this puzzle, and then all of a sudden this like fucking like the bitch from The Exorcist pops out, and I was like, "Yeah!" and it scared the shit out of me. So I just like backed up and swung, and I ended up accidentally punching her in the arm.
I remember those videos. I hate those.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like I don't know. I don't react well to things. I know I don't. Listen, I've said before, I'm kind of the, awkward, big-nosed Jewish kid, and there's nothing I can do about it. I am what I am. I just don't react well to things like that.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what I am, so what can I do? I just don't go. I just don't go to places where I know I don't react well and my wife doesn't even ask me anymore to go because she knows better. I probably embarrass her anyway. Yeah, I don't want to end up on the news. I don't need to end up on the news or anything. But speaking of people who love being in the news, I guess we can just get right to old Tammy Sytch. PW Insider, once again, old Mike Missing Johnson, is reporting that Tammy Sytch has recently been issued a delinquency notice by the state of Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, I've read this article already, and it's you. According to the notice, Sytch is now 1,183 days, that's over 3 years, overdue for payments regarding court costs from previous DUI cases. Sonny was arrested for DUI in Pennsylvania 2 times, once in 2015, once in 2016. The report also notes this is the 3rd delinquency notice that she's received, and that due to penalties, she now owes $4,544.30 to Carbon County, Pennsylvania. Now, this might not be obviously the biggest of her problems, but from what I'm hearing, they have no income coming in. Again, I do know someone that knows Tammy and says that this boyfriend, James, spent all their money on whatever it was, tried to rekindle the OnlyFans with another woman, and it didn't work. Everybody left. From what I hear, these people are just broke and she has no way to pay this. But what was going on when she was making 100-some thousand a month that she couldn't take care of this little problem?
Well, I believe a wise philosopher once said, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I think that might have been Rick James.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very wise man. Very, very wise man. Also called Charlie Murphy Darkness.
That's right. Fuck your couch.
Darkness. I'm so glad I was forced to watch that show.
Forced to watch that show.
I had never seen it, never had a reason to, and then you guys, I think you were on that show with us. We're like, hey, we need to do a show on the Dave Chappelle show. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll watch the motherfucker. And I was so glad I did. I need to watch that again. That was great. That was such a good show.
It was a weird time because like I watched it with my friend and I watched it just because I knew he was the guy from Half Baked and I liked watching that movie. And then like I remember like my friend and it was like our fucking little nerdy Monty Python type shit where we would just like quote like lines from skits to each other. And then like I knew the day like a week or two after the Rick James episode came out, like everybody watched that show. I was like, well shit, they're the fucking little our nerdy thing niche. Our little niche is gone now. Everybody fucking knows about this show now.
Yeah, that skit pretty much really put that show like not like past the map. I mean, it really pushed that show over the edge. So, but wow, what a great fucking show, man. But obviously, this is not the Chappelle show. Tammy Sytch's little life story going on here. Yeah, she's in jail. I know she can't exactly pay these from jail, but there was a time she wasn't in jail. And this, just because you're in jail, it doesn't stop all the other lawsuits and legal issues from happening. It's not like they're like, oh, she's already in jail? Okay, well, let's freeze all this stuff. Different state. They don't give a fuck. She's in jail in Florida. This is Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania doesn't give a fuck about Florida. Florida doesn't give a fuck about Pennsylvania. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
It's a good point, Weebs. To think we rubbed... Oh, my God. Why did I go full Elmer Fudd there? To think we rubbed one out to Sunny in the 90s, and we might have a shot with her nowadays.
Well, I mean, you know.
And then just immediately after that, Christopher King writes, Keith Lee got fatter.
Well... You know, I'm not going to lie and say I didn't fucking notice the same thing tonight, but...
That's one of my favorite things to do during the show is just, like, monitor the chat. Just every once in a while, Christopher Cage will say something that just... I have to, like, almost mute myself because I want to laugh so much.
See, I love it because he comes home and he turns on the show and he starts watching, and we get his reaction to AEW. And it's great. I fucking love it. I do. I fucking love it. I think it's fucking awesome. But I guess let's just go ahead and get this Paige thing out of the way, and then we'll. I got one more little thing after that, and you know what? We don't have to get into that last one because really, I think it's just a fucking pipe dream and laughable anyway. Well, fuck it. We'll do it real quick. All right, Paige.
Keith Sara Lee.
I liked Sara Lee, you bastards. Sara Lee won. Didn't she win? She won Tough Enough.
She was on Tough Enough. But yeah, she was on the bread lady, Sara Lee, the bakery.
Muffins,
well, I mean, you know,
muffins.
Have diet, so I don't know if you indulge in the same way that I indulge.
No, I do. I actually like that Sara Lee bread, that healthy fucking grainy bread they have. I do like that stuff, but I guess somehow we'll work that in. Speaking of grainy bread, Paige is saying her goodbyes to WWE with her contract not being picked up again. She did. That's going to be tomorrow on the 7th is when I guess her contract is up. And she put out a pretty good tribute on the online. I was going to read it, but it just seems like a lot of words and I don't really need to. But I mean, she basically thanked everybody and basically said, you know, it's not her choice to leave. She really wishes she could stay. But she did tell a kind of story about basically something with Stephanie. It said, as I was ready to go out there for my re-debut, Stephanie pulled me aside and she just held me for a minute. She gave me the biggest, longest hug and said, "Hey, everyone out there loves you. They're going to be excited to see you. You know why? Because you're a survivor. You survived. And that means something. So hold your head up and enjoy this moment. It's yours." Stephanie was right, as usual. I went out there and it was the most amazing feeling. No one hated me. They were actually glad I was back. I was still Paige. The connection was still there. Basically, Stephanie just, because you're a survivor, she's probably doing her best Destiny's Child in her head. You're a survivor. You survived, Then suddenly she's just, she's out there on the streets.
I remember that Stephanie hugged me. She brought me in tight and close, and she whispered in my ear, "How would you like to make about $200,000?"
She whispered in my ear, "You've got the eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight,
I may have misquoted that number.
Rising up to the challenge of your rival."
Like, all right, how do you feel about Vince and or Johnny Ace?
Or both. Yeah. How'd you like to
listen? If it's a deal breaker, but Maddox can still hold the camera.
Oh, Xavier has to be there. We can work that out. Okay. Alberto. You lost us to that one. All right.
He makes us a bit nervous.
Told her. Last time he tried to chain Vince to the radiator. I don't know if we should do that again. Okay. Told her to hold her head up. Quoting Tupac there. Okay. And enjoy this moment. It's yours. Wow. She's wow. Just so inspiring. She used every fucking cliche on her, and Stephanie was right as usual.
I was gonna say, at one point, we all just get to the point where we're just all speaking cliches and platitudes, which is like, "Oh, you're a warrior, you're a strong survivor." Because I think that was even, I didn't read it, but I think that's one of the things that Natalia said about Shotzi. "I'm proud of you for always keeping it real. Ladder matches are hard to do. You guys weren't. No, okay." Yeah, she said she kept it real. She's not at Warrior yet. Natalia's a bit behind on the idioms and languages.
Yeah, Christopher Kane. Christian definitely went there again tonight. Most definitely. So, but yeah, I mean, look, it's pretty shitty with Paige leaving, though. I mean, I got to be honest. There was probably something they could have found for her to do. They find things for all these people to do, and it's like, I don't know. But I really don't know if her going to AEW is the best thing for her. I don't even know if she can be cleared. I don't know if she even knows if she can be cleared right now.
I did genuinely feel bad for her. She put out the day she put out that she wasn't re-signing with them and her contract was going to expire and all that. Fuck ton of other really big news happened, in rapid succession. There were all those injuries that happened. There was a McMahon scandal. It was just a whole big, the skies opened up and every possible big story happened all at once, and it got swept right under the rug.
Yeah, it really did, unfortunately. But she knew she had her time coming up, and she put out, like I said, a really good statement about everything, and she was kind of right. Basically, she was saying, listen, when we came on, they were just coming off these bra and panties matches, and pretty much the women's matches were even considered a pee break for people. And, she felt she came in and kind of changed that. And you know what? She kind of did. Her and a few others, even AJ Lee and a few of them, did kind of change that for a while there. And it pretty much went right back to where it was. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? But, I wish her luck. And I know she's doing very well with the Twitch. If she just decides to stay around and do Twitch, great for her, man. If she decides to get back in the ring and can be cleared, really good for her. Because I know that's really where her passion is. So, you know, whatever she does, I just hope she does well at it.
Mhm.
I think we can just leave it at that. What do you think?
There you go.
All right. So I guess this little last thing we'll get into here is Tony. This was all going around today. The whole thing about is Tony Khan open to an AEW versus WWE Super Show? Well, now they're talking about how, oh well, the forbidden door has been cracked a little bit with the videos by, you know, for the John Cena tribute with Jericho and Big Show and Daniel Bryan, and of course people immediately start going off. Oh man, obviously now there's going to be a Super Show. Folks, I don't see this happening. A video is much different than combining your promotions for a show. I do not fucking ever see this happening. Even Tony knows it's a pretty far-fetched idea, but says he's open to it. You know, if the idea ever came up, maybe, you know, he would definitely be open to it. I never, as long as Vince is at that company, I never see this happening. That would almost be like, hey, we reached out to this company because we need help. No, that ain't gonna fucking happen. Ain't gonna happen.
The only way, and I don't see this happening at all, let's just say that, but the only way, if we wanted to like really potentially twist and bend the rules of reality, the only way that I could ever see this happening at all would be like if something happened where they needed to raise money for charity, or like I could see them doing that maybe. Where you just do like sort of just a charity show, you have a couple of matches or whatever, and it's not really a big deal. It goes to some kind of cause. I don't know what the cause would be, but that's the only potential way that I could ever see that even remotely happening, but it's not going to happen. Like we thought it was a laughable idea when Cody brought it up, and it's just as laughable of an idea now.
Right, it is. You're right, it is. But you know, Tony did basically go out there and say, you know, it seems unlikely for now, but he started talking about that, and then he started talking about then he went over and started talking about Pac going over and Pac is going to actually be defending the what's that title, the all fuck why can't
All Atlantic.
All Atlantic. Jesus Christ, I blanked for a minute there. The All Atlantic title. He'll be actually defending that against Shota Umino. Did I get that right? Close enough. At Revolution Pro.
Yes.
Right. Revolution Pro Wrestling's next event on July 10th. So he talks about Pac. Pac's going back to England. He's going back to England now, Khan said. He's going to definitely defend the title internationally. It's a traveling championship because the champions of AEW, because of the TV commitments, all of the other champions we really have booked here through the year. Let's have a champion that can go defend the title. Thunder Rosa has also talked about defending the women's championship abroad, which I'm open to also. So it sounds like Tony's just looking to get his titles on other shows. This sort of makes the first agenda he had with Impact Wrestling a little more clearer in my eyes. He just likes the AEW title on other shows, on other promotions. I really think that's all it is.
Yeah,
I think it's that simple. Come on.
Yeah, I get it. And I mean, I think it makes it seem a little bit more prestigious if it is being defended in different areas of the world and on different shows and different promotions or whatever. So I get the logic behind that. It's not necessarily a bad idea, and it makes, I guess, slightly more sense if we're talking about it being a traveling title as to why the title exists in the first place. I still think it's kind of a dumb idea, and it really could have been better suited with trios titles, but if it's not going to necessarily be defended on AEW television all that often, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, well, if you weren't going to defend it on AEW television, why did you waste our time on AEW television?
What's the point?
Well, it was for Forbidden Doors, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. It's fine. I mean, obviously, we all knew that. I mean, we kind of thought that that's what the title was going to be, but since they were all representing different countries anyway, we pretty much figured that's exactly what it was going to be. So no surprises, really, what's going on. And yeah, I mean, even Christopher Kane's like All Atlantic doesn't make sense. You know, I think it didn't make sense to a lot of people, and I heard a lot of people saying that the trios titles would have been way better. That they've been talking about the trios titles. They've been teasing the trios titles. And then at the last minute, they're like, oh, look, here's this who gives a shit title. Oh, thanks. Way to go, Tony. So, I guess whatever, right? I got nothing more, man, on that shit. So
There you have it.
And like I said, I didn't take any notes. I was going back and forth during AEW tonight, getting all packed and ready to go, and because we're planning on leaving when I get home from work tomorrow, which will be right around 5:00. Yeah, right around 5:00. So it's going to be a little hectic. So I was trying to get ready, trying to get this ready. Didn't really take many notes tonight, but did see on AEW, I did see Wardlow did beat Scorpio Sky to become the new TNT champion. Did I see? They had the Moxley versus Brody King. That was good stuff right there. Let's go into the chat and see what Christopher Kane is talking about on AEW that I can talk about here. Let's see.
He was not a fan of the name Thunderstorm for Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. He suggested Team Only Fans would be a better name for them.
I like Team Only Fans. I don't think the AEW fans will go for it, but I think that's a nice one. I like it. Thunderstorm isn't bad. It's a little odd, but
it's not even the worst name. I didn't really have a problem with that name. The problem that I had was and they were not announced as such after the match or before the match. So hopefully it's not a name that they're actually going with. But the Keith Lee Swerve Strickland team was numerous times Excalibur called them Swerve in his glory. And I do not like that team name. It sounds corny as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think lately Excalibur is trying too hard.
Sometimes.
I think he's trying a little too hard lately. I think after he got a little bit of clout for his fast talking, auctioneer going through the matches, I think he might have got a little too big for his britches.
I hear you.
Oh, too big for the britches there. Oh, too big for the britches.
They're not good at the tag division is probably the best tag division I've ever seen, but they're not good at coming up with team names. Because and I'm so glad they just don't call them this anymore. But my God, fucking Proud and Powerful was just such a fucking stupid name. It's I just call them Santana and Ortiz. If that's the best you can do.
It actually Santana and Ortiz rolls off the tongue. It does. It just rolls. It's good. It's easy. Yeah. It fits. It fits them. I don't know why they had to even try to change the fucking name.
Proud and Powerful is just it's very much 80s WWF jobber tag team type name.
To me, it sounds like a fucking name of some fucking racist right-wing group. Honestly, it does. I'm a member of Proud and Powerful. Oh, Jesus, get away from me. Bye. Sorry, I didn't realize.
Actually, I can see that.
I didn't realize that was you. Have a nice day. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, I get what it was saying. It was saying they're proud of their heritage, their powerful heritage. I understand. It's not bad. It's just Santana and Ortiz. Yeah. No problem with it. Simple. Easy. Or, LAX.
Well, Christopher Kane had a question here, and I'm going to use my journalistic knowledge to enlighten him. Saw Thunder Rosa's YouTube channel, wondering why she's posing in bikinis with another woman. Now, I can't tell you why, but what I can tell you is that other woman is Jake Hager's wife.
Oh, his hot porn star wife.
I believe her name's like Catalina or some shit.
I believe that is her name, Catalina or some shit. I'm not sure if that's her last name.
That's her middle name.
Oh,
What's a main?
Catalina or some
Hager, not Catalina.
Catalina or some shit Hager. Okay, I got you. Okay. I didn't know
A lot of hyphens.
I didn't know that. But I mean, really, who cares? I mean, if you want to take a picture with another woman in a bikini, I believe she should be allowed to do that. I need to check those pictures out.
It's a free YouTube video. I will pull up the pictures, but they are like on the beach together, and for some reason she's groping her. That's a bit problematic. I don't know if I can go with that, but she seemed like she was okay with it. So
as long as she's all right with it, consent. It's all about consent, Smark. And Christopher Kane brought up Christian. That's right. Yeah, Christian went there again with Matt Hardy. WWE did this with Jeff Hardy with the whole Sheamus and the whole alcohol abuse thing. And we kind of poo-pooed on it back then a little bit, Smark. I'm still going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the stuff that Christian did with the whole Luke Perry thing was a little, it didn't, and again, I'm not offended. It didn't upset me. I thought it was unnecessary. That's it. This is so fucking low brow, low humor, low bench, just everything, just not even creative. I think this is the easy way to do it. I just think this is lazy heat. 2022, can we come up with something else? Do we have to go here? Does it have to be this fucking, really? Really? I know y'all want to be edgy.
Okay, I didn't have a problem with it the first week that he did it, or even the second week. Like, I didn't feel as strongly about it as you did. But this week, like, he went to the well like 3 times. Like, he just kept going. And, like, after a while, it was like, okay, it's not getting the reaction that you want. Like, come up with something else. So you can. Like, he's been cutting promos now long enough that he could, like, adjust on the fly. But, like, he just kept hammering it home. He's like, yeah, you use your fucking drug addict brother, your fucking alcoholic brother, you and your fucking drunk failure of a brother. And just, like, every time, it just, like, didn't get a response. He just kept going. It was like, let it die on the vine, my friend.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can only really be shocking how many fucking times? I mean, it's not, oh, there is some groping. Oh, I'm liking the groping. This is nice.
Yes.
Very good, Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ass grabbing. This reminds me of A Night at the Roxbury when Chaz Palminteri, there's some good ass grabbing going on there.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that movie?
I have, but it's been so long.
Chaz Palminteri, fucking big, tough, real serious actor, does the great at these comedy fucking roles, man. He's in the movie, he's also in another comedy with Sylvester Stallone. He plays in Oscar, where the comedy with Sylvester Stallone. Christopher Kane brings up something good. Number one, what is going on with Ruby Smart? I did not see what happened to Ruby tonight.
Okay, so basically what happened was Eddie Kingston came out. He was cutting a promo about how he was happy for everybody that won on that team, even Claudio. And he's like, yeah, there you go. I'm happy for Claudio. I grew up, and he stuck his tongue out and blew a raspberry. So that was fun for everyone. And then he was in the middle of talking about how he's not done with Jericho yet. And Jericho showed up on screen, and they were in the parking lot. And basically what ended up happening was Tay Conti ended up slamming a car door onto Ruby Soho's arm. and she was selling it like it was death. So I guess allegedly she broke her arm or fucked her arm up somehow. So I guess she'll be out for a little while. So that's going to be a big loss if you watch AEW Dark, I guess.
Well, they were just starting to get her on this show. Oh man! All right, you know I'm a
Because like
fan.
for real, she was on like every episode of AEW Dark for like the last like 3 months. It's fucking weird.
The SBC says Dan Houseboat and Bathhausen was on, turned it off. Dan Houseboat and Bathhausen, Bed Bath and Hausen. What? Bed Bath and
There
Hausen.
you go. I like it.
I like Bed Bath and Hausen too. No, we're not naming
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what that segment was about because I caught the tail end of that one. But basically, they were setting up a match. It's going to be Tony Nese and I think Orange Cassidy, Rampage. But they had Tony Nese and Mark Sterling were going and trying to have Swerve removed from the roster. They were like petitioning to get him fired. And they started off with Keith Lee, and it just made me laugh because they like talk to Keith Lee about it, and the first thing he says is he makes sure to greet both of them because he just says, "Greetings, gentlemen." All right, and then just like goes into his problem with why he doesn't want to sign the petition. It just made me laugh that he formally greets everybody that he talks to.
Of course he does, dude. He's a swell gentleman. He's a swell guy.
Mm-hmm.
He
He is definitely a notary republic.
He's a swell guy and looks like he's getting swollen, as Christopher Kane mentioned. He's getting fatter. Obviously.
I like the duality of how this like works now. It's like there's a group of people that are just like don't criticize any wrestler for anything, and then there's like the more fun side of the like coin of just people that are just being mean to wrestlers about everything. It's like he's fucking fat. It's like, well, he is. It does look like he's enjoyed the 4th of July weekend, but the man knows roughly about 8 billion words, so I'm not going to make an enemy of him.
Every time someone says he's getting larger, I still think of the thing from Airplane where he goes, "And Leon's getting larger." Have you?
I'm just picturing him going through his Twitter and seeing people like calling him fat and him just yelling out loud, "Preposterous!"
I am not. What are you talking about? Okay, wait, hold on. I think
There's been no significant uptick in my girth recently.
Wait, here it is.
And Leon's getting larger.
I love that movie.
There you have it. That's a good.
They're great movies. Both of them are great, man. Oh, shit.
As always, my favorite part of that movie is when there's like, I forget who it is, but they're in the middle of a very long story. Oh, the guy's talking about like how he met his girlfriend or whatever. And he's sitting next to one passenger. The passenger just starts committing seppuku on himself.
Yes.
Just fucking pulls out the big ass sword, starts shoving it in his chest.
There was that one. The one guy blew himself up. The old lady died of old age and was a skeleton.
That was pretty great.
Yeah, it was just a good fucking movie, man. Those movies were so good. No way in hell could you make any of those movies today. You just can't make comedies like that anymore. You're not making those comedies.
Well, you can't make.
What? Go ahead.
I was just saying you can't make comedies these days. There's not a lot of fucking funny things.
No.
Not a lot of funny people right now, but.
Well, you could try to be funny, but if you don't, follow the standard, you're going to be canceled or something. I mean, I hate to. I like David Chappelle's attitude on this. You can't cancel me because I don't give a fuck. It's Chris Rock or not Chris Rock, Kid Rock's attitude too. Go ahead, try to cancel me. Fuck you. Do it. I'm rich. Fuck you. I'm rich. I've got my money. What are you gonna? What? I can live. If you can't hurt anyone financially, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. So, yeah. It would just be really tough to make those kind of comedies today. Very tough, as we all know.
I'm not as well versed in the movie as you are, but I'm like looking back, and I don't think there's anything that's like super offensive. At least not like I don't think anything from like a racial standpoint.
Oh, there was oh my God. Weeble just brought up the whole thing, the whole speaking jive
Yeah, there was that.
with the Cleaver, Ward Cleaver lady, the mother from the Beaver, Leave It to Beaver. June Cleaver was there. There was that whole thing. There was a lot of racist humor in those shows, and no, it was
That was
comedy.
pretty great though that they put up subtitles.
Yes, they put up subtitles for the guy speaking jive. It was hilarious, dude. Those movies were funny. You, again, turn your fucking mind off. If you're offended by anything, turn it off and just watch the fucking movie. Stop already. But anyway, I'm not gonna get on my soapbox about that shit. Not at all. Speaking of watching and maybe even like reacting to things, did you see the video of McAfee and Michael Cole reacting to the Liv Morgan cash in?
I have not.
I got the audio. I'll tell you, man, it was pretty. It's only 35 seconds, but just so you guys know, both of them. Now, remember we'd always see Michael Cole in the background sitting there, reading his lines word for word. These guys are both standing like they have never stood before, standing up, and here we go.
Okay, what a performance. Oh my God, are you kidding me? It's Liv Morgan! Liv Morgan! This Money in the Bank! Morgan's coming to the ring! Is Morgan gonna cash in? She's cashing in, Cole! Morgan's gonna cash in! Morgan's gonna cash in! And Morgan a kick to the bad knee! Kick to the bad knee! Roll up Miranda! Roll up! Let go! That's the champion! Champion! Holy!
I'm going to post a video in the chat room because it's something worth seeing. Like I said, we're used to seeing Michael Cole just bland, reading his lines, doing his job, doing it well. But even he has said that Pat McAfee has kind of breathed a new life into him. He feels like he's just kind of like completely reinvigorated. And videos like this definitely prove it. It's great to see him excited about the product again. Like I said, we would watch Michael Cole and he would be like the most boring little thing. Now, I love it, man. He's standing up, he's getting angry, he's shouting. They both looked like they were about to lose their fucking minds. Always a good thing. I got the right there. Put it in the chat room right there. Like I said, it's only 30 seconds. Worth checking out. It's just a little Facebook page. I think that'll take you right to it. It will take you right to it. Yeah, there you go. If you want to check that out. I'm trying to think what else happened on AEW that I saw. I saw a little bit of the main event. I didn't see all of it. Like I said, I was just kind of in and out trying to get stuff packed, get stuff out of here. And I probably still got another hour to stay up and do shit tonight. So it's just going to be a fucking long fucking
There
night.
was a segment of anyways, after it was the Keith Lee Swerve. I'm not going to call them the name that they were being called. They were in a tag match against Butcher and the Blade, so of course you know who's winning that. But the match concluded as how you thought the match would conclude. But you had Powerhouse Hobbs came out, Ricky Starks came out, and they cut a pretty good promo. Starks are getting a lot better at promos. But then the Young Bucks come out because they're like, Starks keeps going like, who's the best tag team in AEW? Who's the best tag team in AEW? Blah, blah, blah. So Young Bucks come out and, oh boy. I don't know why they do shit like this, but like they said that like them at their best, like Hobbs and Starks, they're a 4-star match quality tag team. I was like, why? Like, why do you do this? Like, why? At what point, like, if you're supposed to be competing for like titles and accolades and shit for real, why would you care about Starbucks? And they also like mentioned that they're like they basically mentioned that they were better on the mics. They were saying that they were better at cutting promos than them. And I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, they're known for this is what they do. They ruin stuff. They tear back the curtain. This is what they're known for. This is what they do. But and is that why people were booing were people booing the shit out of him for that? Is that why they were getting booed? Because I heard boos.
I don't know. Because I mean, like Starks cut a really good promo, and then they basically just came out and they're just like, wrestling's not real. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, I know, but I was fucking enjoying the promo because Starks was trying his very best out there.
Yeah, like I said, I've grown a little bit on Starks, but and you know what else happened tonight? The Billy Gunn finally stuck up for his gun sons instead of the
the old gun sons.
Instead of the Acclaimed. He finally stuck up for the gun sons. So the gun club once again back together. That happened.
And we're probably going to be getting an Acclaimed face turn. So if that means they win more matches, good.
I would say that's a good idea, actually. Crowd is fucking loving them right now. The crowd is scissoring each other everywhere. There's scissoring going on in the audience.
That did make me laugh because, like, Gunn turned on Bowen first, and then Max Caster was like looking up at him, and just like as a last like line of defense of just like reconsider what you're doing. He just put his fingers out to scissor him.
Yeah,
and then Billy Gunn gave him the famouser. It just made me laugh because he's like, "Remember what we had."
One more time. I'm lonely. Okay. No. It was, man. It was a decent episode tonight. It was. What I saw, like I said, I was kind of back and forth between a little bit of it. I just really couldn't concentrate, just trying to get ready to leave tomorrow when I get home from work. So, which means I have to have pretty much everything done tonight. Probably shouldn't have done it. I probably should have not done this show either tonight, but I'd rather get this one done, be done with it, and then take me a little vacation.
And I guess they're going to be bringing Jim Ross out for the final hour now. It's just a regular ongoing thing because that's what they did this week too.
You know what, dude? I noticed something tonight. I'm not sure if
What's that?
Maybe I'm crazy because I haven't really watched that much WWE lately, but boy, when people come out, that crowd really goes fucking nuts. Like you see people moving and reacting. WWE, you see a little bit of emotion, but like when they fucking pan to the crowd for Hangman Adam Page coming out, people were literally fucking losing their fucking minds just for him coming out. And then when Jim Ross came out, people were fucking just losing their minds. And I'm like, man, this crowd just seems like they're a little more into this show. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's just me, but I just feel like these AEW fans right now are just really into the show more than WWE fans are in the WWE shows.
If I recall correctly, they kind of mentioned something similar like this on The Observer not too long ago, like a couple days ago.
Oh.
And they had a good point, was that they were saying that AEW, like basically AEW does a better job of filming their fans. Right. Because they do like these like far away shots where it's just like, you know, there are like these like wide shots where it just like swoops from one end of the arena to the other. And you just see all these people like losing their minds. Whereas like WWE, they just like do more like kind of tight shots. They don't really move, they don't really zoom out the camera all that much. It just looks like there's only like a handful of people when in reality there's obviously more.
Right. Yeah, it could be the camera angle, could be that. But it could also be when they film the audience, and they're just getting better reactions from the audience. But I mean, like I said, when I saw Hangman Page comes out, there's two guys and they're just sitting there, their arms reached up to the sky, and they're just like, fucking yes. I'm like, God damn, people losing their fucking minds. JR comes out. There was a girl with her hand over her mouth, like, oh my God, it's JR. It was like, I love this shit. I like seeing people get excited for people. And I actually I think it's great. Oh, I'm sorry. For people they like, I like seeing, it's good. What, Smark?
Oh no, you said JR, and I'm not trying to even shit on JR, but he was put in an awkward moment during the women's tag match because Tony Storm did the hip attack thing that she does. And like again, I said it last week, and that it looks really good. Like it looks like it literally hurts. Like it looks like it's actually physically impactful, and it's not done as like a comedy spot where like that's how a lot of people would do it. And like Jim Ross was like, she got all of the like force and velocity that she could out of that, and I say that in the nicest way possible. Like he was having a very hard time like putting over the move, making it sound like it hurt, but then also like not trying to say that she had hit an Al Pacino quote, a great big ass.
Jim Ross is like, well, goddamn it, I wish I was there in the turnbuckle myself, but I can't be. I'm up here. What the fuck am I doing up here?
She had a great big ass, bug.
I used to have that. I used to have that clip too. I can find it. I know I can find
you gotta
it.
give me some time to perfect this, but I do like the idea of like somehow fusing a Jim Ross and an Al Pacino impression together.
It really would be fucking great.
It's
okay, here's the. Oh, we have the longer version. We have the 17-second version. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, probably a commercial. Hold on. Let me make sure there's no commercial before we do this. You know what's funny? My phone is barely working. And you know, the modem is literally a foot and a half in front of me.
Great ass.
Wait. We got to rewind that one.
Great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
One of the greatest. One of the fucking greatest. Christopher Kane is asking who the hell is Roosh? Oh no, he said
he's
Rush.
today's Tom Sawyer.
He said who the hell is Rush? Yeah, they're a Canadian band. Limelight.
That's spelled the same way.
It is. Limelight's a good one of theirs too. Definitely a good one. Today's Tom Sawyer. Yeah, today's Tom Sawyer. That's a good one. Tom Sawyer was probably my favorite Rush song. Is
No.
And Dirk is just thinking of Nikita's ass. I understand. I do. And she's been taking some great pictures lately. She is a very attractive woman. Let's put it that way. She is. She really is, man. She's a very attractive woman. By the way, they had a little thing with them. Speaking of attractive women, the baddies are trying to add one, and it's not going very well. It's basically turning into the housewives of AEW, kind of, over there.
Well, yeah, she's apparently an interim baddie, according to Stokely Hathaway. She's being paid on an appearance basis
Yes.
to be a baddie. She's not a full-time baddie yet.
Mm-hmm. She's just bad. She's not a baddie. She's just bad. So, yeah, Rush did had a good.
Dirk approves, though. So it's hot.
She is, and I think she'd actually fit in good in that little group. She actually has that kind of just that. She's got the look. She's very beautiful. She's got very thin, definitely has a little attitude on her. I think she'd fit in great in that little group. So, but Rush had a good drummer. Rush was they were a good band, man. If you really listen to their stuff, they're really a good band. I really like Rush. I mean, they're Canadian, so you can only like them so much, but it's all right. That's all right. So, but I'm trying to think if we missed anything on AEW, and if we didn't, man, I got nothing else. To be honest, I wouldn't mind wrapping this up right around now. Unless you got something else, man.
I mean, yeah, Christopher Kane asked who was Rouge. Rouge was wrestling Pentagon Oscuro tonight. That was a pretty decent match.
Yeah.
The only problem is that I won't say too much about it but I don't know if he got past the match yet or not, but they tipped their hand a little bit because Pentagon's mask was like already coming loose towards about the middle of the match, which ended up factoring into the finish of the match.
Yes,
and it was like he had to readjust it during the match. Like he was basically pulling a Ronda Rousey with the tights. He had to keep retying his mask.
Yeah, I noticed at one point he was like supposed to be knocked out, and he's retying his mask, and I'm like, everyone's gonna be bitching tomorrow. Motherfucker's supposed to be knocked out. He's retying his mask. Well, take the fucking camera off him. Go pan the audience. Do something else. But I did see that, and yeah, they did rip that mask off him tonight. And I don't know, they completely ripped it off, and I was like, damn, Andrade knows what a fucking diss that is, which is why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, man, what I saw tonight, I thought was a pretty good show, and yeah, that's about it. That's about all I got, man. I think we kind of went through everything, and I don't see anything else.
Yeah, I think we did cover pretty much everything because I can't remember anything that we really left out. So.
No, Dirk is saying that Swerve and Blade botched a leapfrog. I didn't see that.
It's sort of weird because, yeah, they didn't have great chemistry. It was sort of weird because I feel like of everybody involved, like Swerve is the wrestler that I like watching wrestle the most. But at the same time, I just wanted to watch like Keith Lee and Butcher just wrestle each other just on their own. I just felt, for whatever reason, it just kind of felt like Swerve and Blade being there just like took something away from the match. It was like, just let these two big motherfuckers beat the ever-loving shit out of each other.
Well, at least you had the bunny down there. She's good to look at.
Oh, yes, that's very nice. I appreciate that.
She's always enjoyable. Absolutely. I don't know, man. I still like the I like the Butcher. I think the Blade. I like the whole little team. I just think they're pretty good. Butcher, I think, just has a great look for fucking. Just he looks like just an old school wrestler, and he looks like the kind of guy you'd walk into a butcher shop and actually see. It's just amazing.
I did notice that he had some like cool looking boots on tonight. He had like a little bit of like a trying to remember his name, Bruiser Brody type boots.
Oh, all right, nice. I didn't even notice that. And I guess which would bring us really quick. I guess we can talk a little bit about the main event, which was Brody King and Jon Moxley. God damn, is that crowd into Moxley? You know, are they? I gotta ask this real quick. Now I know Moxley is over, but
in that vein, real quick, before you get to your question,
okay.
One of my favorite things about this match, before it even started, it was actually that was my favorite thing about the match. It was before it even started, Moxley coming down to the ring and just ignoring everyone that put their hands out for like a fist bump or a high five.
He always does, and I love it. But which makes me ask, is Moxley really that over, or is that fucking song more over?
It's just tough.
Mm-hmm. Because if you remember, they sang his song so much at the last little, pay-per-view, they had to restart it. Is that really a good thing, or I don't know. That would make me feel like, oh great, they love my song. That's it. That's where I would stop. They love my song. I mean, everyone used to say about it,
I think. Okay.
No, I was gonna say everybody used to say that Bobby Roode was just an entrance. Everyone loved the song, they loved the entrance. Then he gets in the ring, and it's just another fucking wrestler. But I don't know, man. I mean, look, like I said, I know Moxley is over. I'm not saying he's not, but which is more over, the man or the music?
Well, it's funny you were going to say Robert Roode, because I was actually going to say I don't think that it's as big of a discrepancy, because that's what came into my mind too, is somebody whose theme song is way more over than they were.
Right.
I mean, people like his theme song, and I think it adds to it, but I don't think, I think it's more of like Hulk Hogan coming out to Voodoo Child, where it's like people would still been happy to see Hulk Hogan. But like you add on the Voodoo Child to it, and it makes it a whole complete living thing. I actually thought that his original theme song that they gave him, it was just sort of generic, like it was just in-house made. But I actually thought that was a pretty good one, because it actually it sounded like decent. It didn't sound like just a shitty generic theme song. It actually sounded like one of those, like how they used to have back in the day, the Jim Johnston style songs where it's like made in-house, but it's still memorable.
Yeah, you're right. It was fine. I had no problem with it. But I mean, I see what Tony Khan is trying to put, you know, songs that people know very well with the people that he's trying to push, and it's not a bad idea. You put, you know, famous songs with famous people, they're easier to connect. It is. It's much easier to connect them when you know the song, you know the person, you know as soon as it plays because you've heard it so many fucking times. And there you go. That's just kind of how it works. But especially those songs, like, you know, you got like, you know, Orange Cassidy coming out to you know, that new song Jane, and Jungle Boy with his song. That song is on, used to be on the radio all the fucking time. So yeah, you put the famous song with the famous guy, and usually it clicks. I get what they're doing, but good.
How much longer do you think it's going to be until they end up like purposely giving a heel like a shitty song that everyone hates?
I don't know. Not long.
Because like you have to be, you can't be fully transparent with the artists or the artist representatives. You can't be like, all right, we're gonna put this song, we're gonna pay you money to license this song, but it's because we're giving it to a bad guy because everyone hates this stupid fucking song. Like you can't be that transparent about it.
It's like you know, taking like Ricky Starks and giving him like that song Friday by that girl.
Rebecca Black.
For yeah, you know, he starts out Rampage by singing that song every Friday. Wouldn't that be perfect?
Well, yes, indeed.
I'm actually a little more scared you knew the girl's name without a fucking even missing a beat, but
well, I will say this. It has been over 10 years since that song came out. She is well over 18 now, and I recommend you looking her up.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, no, you could do that. You could give one of them. Man, I'm trying to think of a bad song. Bad song. I don't even know. Only song I hate is for different reasons. That would be Layla by Eric Clapton. Or that You Look Wonderful Tonight song. That song makes me want to fucking punch babies in the face.
I think like I feel like my hell in this scenario would be like if they did that Big Show QT Marshall match again, and like one of them came out to Butterfly by Crazy Town, and the other one came out to What's Going On by Four Non Blondes. Like I would turn off my computer and just leave the room.
What's going on?
That would actually kind of work for Big Show.
God, that song was awful. Yeah, you're right. That was awful. It was huge, though.
It sounded legitimately like Adam Sandler trying to be funny while singing a song.
Fucking, that song made money, man. That song made some fucking money, I'll tell you.
Well, I mean,
that.
There's
Tracy Chapman, Fast Car.
I mean, we like the 90s. We like 80s and 90s, but like there was some real shitty music too.
Oh, that song by Tracy Chapman was awful. That Fast Car. Awful. Mm-hmm. That song was horrible.
Rain by Blind Melon.
I like that song. Listen to
well, it happens.
Listen to the Hollywood Hangout 90s grunge. It's on there. It's on there.
Did you like that other fucking song? It's not them, but it's like Runaway Train by Soul Asylum, I think it's called. That shit. Which I know I just did every grunge song ever, but
I don't think I remember that one. Not that I haven't heard it. Not that I haven't heard it. But I just yeah. Dirk says that song Jefferson Starship Jane has nothing to do with Orange Cassidy. The only thing it has to do is that was the song he used on the Indies. So it's just kind of that's the tie-in with Orange Cassidy. Pretty much that's it. Nothing else. That's the only tie-in. But yeah, I don't see
Silver Chair.
I liked Silverchair. They were all right. They had a couple good songs. Sum 41. They had a couple good ones. Another little Silverchair and Sum 41 were more of those kids bands. They were younger punk bands at the time.
Yeah, I mean, literally pop punk. 41's case.
Yeah. Well, I saw Sum 41 at the same concert I saw 311. They were just on a different stage. So you actually had to go seek out Sum 41. I remember I had to go over there because I had to find my friend. Luckily, my friend is 6'7" and sticks out in a crowd. So he's like, "How are you gonna find me?" I'm like, "How are you gonna find me?" I'm like, "I'll look up." What the fuck? How am I gonna find you? You're 6
So you and Bobby Anthem went to a Sum 41 concert.
No, this was actually my buddy Jeff Brown. I went to a lot of concerts.
I can actually picture him. Oh my god, I can totally picture him doing that. Like him just going to concerts, just buying the cheapest seat possible, and then just using his voice and physical attributes to just get his way to the front. Just like move.
Excuse me.
But all right.
I believe at least he would say excuse me. I really feel Bobby's more of an excuse me, Jenny. Excuse me.
Please get the fuck out of my way.
Little Keith Lee-ish. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. Bobby's very gentlemanlike, I think. I think that's what it would be.
He tips a hat that he's not wearing.
Tips a dread at him. Oh, shit. All right, man. I'm good. I think I need to get out of here. I actually need to get out of here. I still have shit to do tonight. We're not even close to packed because once again we have no lights in my room and I'm in the room and that's where all the clothes are. So I need to let the wife get in here and start getting clothes in bags. So I got nothing else, man. What do you got? Anything? Are we good?
No, we're good. Other than just I have the urge to just talk about like shitty songs from the 90s for the rest of the night. So that is the cue to leave.
I wish we had more time, but I got to wrap it up tonight, man. It's best if I do. Eventually my wife's going to come in. I understand. But hey, we can talk bad 90s songs on There's Always Hollywood Hangout, sir, to move that over to one night. Most definitely. And there you go. And of course, speaking of Hollywood Hangout, once again, there will not be one this Saturday, and there will not be a wrestling outlet next Wednesday either. I'll be driving home then. But there will be a High Marks Cheeseman Mojo and Gee Whiz this Sunday, that right, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Mixer.com/Metal Mitt Podcast Network. That's where you need to be checking them out right there. Once again, the High Marks, check them out. Bobby Anthem and Bobby Blades, Inhumans, on the Inhuman Experience. Go over there and subscribe on all the usual podcast platforms. And check out Eric, Doug, and Daniel, the Unscripted Wrestling Podcast. That's right there, the EUP Network, if you're over there on Blog Talk Radio. And they can be found on all the usual podcast platforms. And there you go. That's good for me right there. Go for it, Smart.
You got it. She's on Sports returns August 15th. How about it? We did a show this Sunday to kind of bide your time, to kind of keep you satiated until then. But also what you want to do is you want to check out our friends Mojo and Dirk. Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly Show. It's Mojo's birthday. Happy birthday, Mojo. That's the least you can do for him. So check out his gosh darn podcast. Well, technically, it's after midnight, so it's no longer his birthday, so fuck him. But listen to his show anyway. And also, what you want to listen to is our friends at Planet Raconteur. So Planet Raconteur podcast with Bobby Anthem, Papa Dave Sincere, and Yuck Nasty. All 16 episodes of Season 1 are available for you right now. Season 2, up to 10 episodes, and more coming in the future, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
There you go. All right, folks, you all be good while I am on this little vacation. I will definitely tell y'all all about it when I get back. I'm, again, just trying to keep it all a little under wraps right now. But trust me, you'll hear all about it when I get back. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks, everybody, for downloading. Just thanks, everybody. Of course, thank you, Smark, and we'll see you next time. See ya!
Adios.
It's all right. If you don't know what to do with yourself, take your drunken ass home.